Hello, everyone. Welcome to the weekly review of the stock market with me, Zhong Liang. Right. So we are going to start off as usual, the STI index, and then we're going to go through various sectors. So we're going to highlight some of the stocks that may have some potential. Okay, so I may not be able to cover a lot of other stocks as well. So if I miss any stocks that you wish to know, you can actually text me privately, and then we can discuss it privately. So for the time being, let's go with what I have already planned for tonight's recording. So let's start with STI. You can see STI today over here. So I have the indicator on, so you can see this blue line as a 50-day MA, and we have a hammer at the 50-day MA with a confirmation. So technically, this is a very good sign for the index. So if the market is able to sustain higher, so we can see that the index may be able to go back to its 20-day MA. So from here, this 20-day MA will be a highlighting moment. Why? Because it will be proving to us whether this is a technical rebound or is a true rebound. Because if it's a technical rebound, the index will not be able to cross above the 20-day MA successfully. If it is able to cross above its 20-day MA, I believe that we can go back and search to the high again. Can search the high again at 3018. Okay, so the signs that we have with the indicators are also bullish. Look at stochastic and MACD giving us the signal to tell us that there is a chance, a very good chance for the index to hit 2958 level, which is the 20-day MA. Okay, so we are going to talk about in this manner. So if the index is bullish, which are the stocks that are bullish, which are the sectors that are bullish? So we're going to talk about the bullish stocks. Then we go to the less bullish sectors. Okay, so we are going to look at the first of all, the tech sector. So today we see a very strong run from AEM, where it has broken up from its 424 resistance. So yesterday, in fact, yesterday it had a very nice rebound. So what do we see here is the rally has actually helped to break its resistance, and in fact, multiple resistance. So the zonal resistance over here from 424 to 430, and after that it's all-time high now. Okay, so AEM hits its all-time high, and the next for AEM probably is to continue to go higher. So where would be the technically, from technical analysis, we are able to do projections with Fibonacci projection ABC wave, and this is where we can see AEM has a next target at 446 to the next level at 480. So the best scenario is tomorrow it touch 446 with similarly high volume as today, and then we have a light volume pullback. Okay, so if tomorrow we can see that AEM, so if AEM can pull back to test 430 or 424 after hitting 446, it may present another opportunity for us to enter this counter. Okay, next counter that has yet to break out is also looking bullish. We are looking at UMS rebounding from the low very near to its 20-day MA over here. So the resistance for UMS to break is 1.39, and if we break out from 1.39, its uptrend continue. By looking at MACD and stochastic, is looking very nice. So if UMS can break out successfully, the projections will be around to the next target at about 1.52 or 1.51. Oh, that is a pretty far target. Let's do a more conservative one. Let's see whether the next level that UMS can hit is around 1.49. Okay, 1.49 after its breakout. Then after 1.49, we can see 1.51 to 1.62 to be the next target. So probably UMS is Akang Datang. Valuetronic is at the a very nice level as well. It has pierced above its 20-day MA, but something missing is the volume. The volume is not as high as we would like it to be. So if the volume is exceptionally high, it increases the chances for Valuetronics to hit back the 6-8 level. Okay, but nevertheless, it's a good start for Valuetronic for it to pierce above its 20-day MA. That gives it a chance to resume back its uptrend. Then we have venture. So venture also has gone up. So you realize so so many counters, about 4 counters on the tech side. We can see a lot of counters that has already gone up, and so venture has the next resistance to look out for is 2044 to 2070 rather. So we can see a very strong looking counter going forward, especially if it can test its resistance here. So similarly, the MACD indicator and stochastics are pointing bullishly. So as I mentioned earlier, as you can see, the 4 counters, the tech sectors has been strong, and seems like there are more potential upside. So for the rest of the week, do watch out for the movement from these tech counters. The other counters is Frencken. Just turn on Frencken. So Frencken, the closing is actually not too bad. It closed at 141. Looking at the trend, is still remain intact. It's still up. And the previously we have mentioned about bearish divergence on Frencken has been negated. So what we are looking at is Frencken has the potential to hit 144 level. Okay, so if Frencken hits 144 level, then we may be able to see a breakout, and we have a target for Frencken. So Frencken, let's do a projection for it, which is around 153 level. Okay, so Frencken Akang Datang as well. Now the 2 counters which are likely traded are AV, Tech, and Sunright, but they are very closely related to the automobile chips, which are right now in a shortage. So AV Tech, as you can see, while most of the tech counters were on a sell down last week, AVI Tech rather has maintained calm and stays above its 20-day MA. As I mentioned before, my wish is this selling over here can actually lead to a retest of 43 cents, then a rebound. But however, this counter is quite resilient, so meaning to say it is probably looking for a breakout action. Okay, especially you can see that in a very tight range, you can see this low and this low, 455 and 46. So 46 is deemed to be a higher low compared to 455. And then once AVI Tech breaks above its 48 resistance, then we can see it reconquering 51 or even break out from there. Sunright managed to rebound off its 20-day MA over here. MACD has also turned bullish. Stochastics are pointing up. So Sunright may be able to continue higher if tomorrow can close above 50 cents, and then we can target around 54 cents over here. Okay, so do watch out for this counter. The next sectors that are likely to be bullish or continue to be bullish is top gloves, the glove sectors. Okay, so we can see top gloves having a breakout over 222 level yesterday, and then today it actually goes higher to test the 231 resistance. So if we can continue to break out, the next resistance to watch is 239 to 240. 239 is a very important resistance because it confluences with its 100-day MA. And then once it starts to break out from all these levels, then we can see that this gap may be filled up. So this gap is actually from 257 to around 269. So it's a huge gap to fill up. So once you fill up this gap, then we can see top gloves continue its rally. So we can see uptrend in this movement. So we can see low and then higher low. So this form a base, and then once it start to break out from resistance, uptrend will continue, especially when you fill up the gap over here. UG Healthcare is also looking at going to be bullish, looking at MACD rebounding from the MACD signal line. So this is what I call the keys of life, and this may be a sign for this counter to break out from its resistance. So today it tested resistance 77. So if it can break out tomorrow, then the next resistance is to potentially look at this level at 825, then eventually fill up the gap over here. Okay, so it's not very accurate over here. Let's plot it more accurately. So we have 865 to 965 gap to fill up to see this counter return to bullishness. Okay, so the chart for UG Healthcare it looks bullish. Now, for the glove sectors, I must add this point where do trade with caution. Don't go in with full force, or don't go in with more than what you can manage. Why? Because this counter can be very volatile, especially when it comes to certain news. It can just simply just gap down. So do trade with care. So we have the next counter, Riverstone, who doesn't look bullish today, because while top gloves and UGs are going up, seems like the markets are not looking at Riverstone. But ultimately, the trend is still intact. So we can hope that tomorrow, when UG or top gloves continue to break out, then Riverstone close higher at 156. The resistance to break is 159, and once it breaks above 159, uptrend will continue towards the next level, which is around 175, where the gap is over here. Okay, MedTech, the uptrend has been compromised by this breakdown. So it is going to has to start a new trend. So the good sign here is it managed to hold above its 50-day MA, but the bad sign is it cannot pierce above its 20 and 100-day MA as yet. So tomorrow it needs to pierce above this MA to be bullish, and of course the resistance to clear is 1.15. Okay, so MedTech is the weakest out of the four counters as of now. Okay, let's see how it can perform tomorrow. Okay, now let's move on to the weaker sectors now. The sectors that haven't moved off, so it may present an opportunity for you if this counter can rebound. Okay, so we have DBS. So DBS, we do see a hammer today, and this could present a chance for us to enter at the low, and then look out for 50-day MA. If DBS can pierce above 50-day MA, then it may continue higher to its 20-day MA. So MACD and stochastics are pointing towards the bullish sign. So I would say that this may be a good opportunity, because DBS is right now trading at support level. So technically, we would like to buy at support level, and of course sell at the top. So if it can pierce above its 20-day MA, then we do expect more upside to follow, especially where if you can fill up this gap here, this small little gap between 26.70 to 26.78. Okay, OCBC is at this 50-day MA. Okay, and it's also at the low, where we can see that if a rebound from DBS can potentially bring it up to its 20-day MA, and pierce above its 20-day MA to go back to test its multiple resistance or major resistance at 1074. Okay, and then UOB also managed to rebound from its 50-day MA. Now it's testing its 20. So similar to OCBC, right, or DBS, if you can see here, they are actually at the low, okay, at the support level, support and DBS support level. Okay, so all of them are at support level. Now it's UOB's chance to break or pierce above its 20-day MA to be bullish. Okay, so we have this bullish. So the resistance for UOB will be at this $24 level. So if UOB can pierce above its 20-day MA, the next resistance for you to watch is 24. Okay. The next weaker sector is the property sector, which haven't really moved off, is also at the low as well. So we see a bullish reversal sign from Capital Land. So we have a MACD signal as well and stochastic pointing up. So seems like the whole market is favoring for a rebound. So if we can successfully done so, then hopefully this is not just a technical rebound. We need to see resistance breaking. This is what I have mentioned earlier in the recording. So let's see whether CapitaLand can hit this 50-day MA, right? And city development, pending announcement, managed to rebound from its support level. So this support level 7.07, right, is still holding. So in fact, it's a range of support from 707 to 7.16, and then it has a new, rather a nice white candle over here with MACD and stochastic pointing up. And the next challenge, right, of course, is to test its 20 MA and then start to rebound back to where it's supposed to be at this 774 level. Okay, so we shall see what is going to be the announcement. So tomorrow, maybe if you are interested in city development, we can start to add some small position, and then once it start to move higher, then of course uptrend start to form, then you can start to add position. So of course, how do we do that? Very simple answer to your questions. You can see that it can move off like this, one straight line up. Okay, so you may add one small position over here, and then see the counter goes all the way up. Then wait for your next chance, which is something like that. Then you add a position here, then wait for the counter to go back up again. So similarly, you can start off like that. Then once this counter return back to its bullish way, then you can add at the next support level. Out of these three property counters, Hong Kong Land seems to be the more bullish ones. Is right now consolidating. It has now touches its 20-day MA and prime for a rebound. If possibly, it should form a white candle the next day above 464. Then it can show us more upward movement. Okay. Of course, this consolidation it's a double-edged sword, to be more precise. Why? Because it can also break downwards. So if Hong Kong Land break downwards, of course it has some support below to help it to rein in the selling. So we can see first 453, if it got broken, then the next one will be 438, where the 50-day MA will also be a support for it. Okay, so if it doesn't rebound, so watch for the 20-day MA. Once it pierces below, it's time for us to take a look at these stocks to wait for it at the lower price at 4.38. Okay, so now we are going to take a look at the transport sectors. There are some upgrades by analysts on sets. And we can see sets having a very strong rebound over here. Last week, I mentioned to everyone that I have a client that actually shorted sets, and I told him that once it's below the 50-day MA, should hold on to his short. So congrats to him today. I think he told me he took his short position off the table, which is good because we can see sets a very strong rebound to his 20-day MA. So once it clear above his 20-day MA, the next is 50. So it can return to bullishness if it can retest its resistance over here at 410. Okay, so let's see whether sets can pierce above its MA. SIA here say that the results are coming. Definitely it's not going to be pretty, but whether the future growth is coming back or the market is going to recover, then we have a more action to see. So let's say, for example, if they release a statement saying that they expect the market to recover towards the end of the year, which they had done so many times previously, this may help the market to have more confidence with SIA, and then we can see this counter pierce above its MA above and continue to go higher. Then, what we see next is Comfort Delgro. Right, this counter has been struggling to go higher, and in fact, right, it is resting right now at this 100-day MA. So with the MACD pointing upwards, and seems like there is some bullish divergence from stochastics, can this counter rebound? So if it rebounds, so it must pierce above this confluence of resistance here, where the 20 and 50-day MA are. So we have to look at it piercing above, then we can see this counter recover. So this counter has been ignored by the market for a very long time. So hopefully this time around the market can start to push it up, because if we are going to recover towards the end of the year, this counter definitely has a chance to go higher. So first thing first, the 100-day MA has to hold, which it has held today. So the next few days, it should rebound back to test its resistance. If not, right, the chances of going higher is lesser. Then let's talk about Keppel Corp. Okay, so Keppel Corp, after announcing its result, taking the impairment where they are exiting the REIT business, has created many what we call the imaginations. Okay, I'm lost for words over here. So what do we have here? When we see that this REIT business has been so-called written off by Keppel Corp, then this means that the merger with Sembcorp Marine is off the table. So this explains why previously Temasek doesn't want to buy the remaining shares that they have been offered in Keppel Corp. So so what we see here is that Keppel Corp writing off its oil REIT business. Like I say, the merger is going to be off, and Sembcorp Marine is going to be on its own. So there's no competition for Sembcorp Marine so far. So they're going to be the biggest in oil REIT. So the merger for Sembcorp Marine, or there's nothing to merge for Sembcorp Marine going forward. Okay. So Keppel Corp is going to transform its business to focus more on green energy. This is a good sign. Right? Why? Because the renewable and green energy is the focus of the new US president. So going forward, at least for the next 4 years, there might be a chance for Keppel Corp to transform successfully. And I read the report saying that stating that the renewable energy and green energy table is worth 3.3 billion in the contract. So so here we are looking at the selling seems to be overdone. as it pierced below the Bollinger Band and hit its 100-day MA support. So we can see a strong rebound today, but the volume hasn't been strong. So we can see a weak effort, but a good result. So what does this mean? So it can still mean that the market is still unsure. No doubt we have bullish signals from MACD and stochastics. These two indicator don't care about volume. So going forward, we do like to see a heavier volume in trading, so that it can tell us that the rebound is more is sustainable. Okay, so let's see where Capital Corp can rebound to. So the first that we would like to see Capital Corp to rebound to, it is 200-day MA, which is at 524, then followed by a 540, then next is 553. Okay, so these are the levels for us to watch. Okay, then since the merger is off the table, so how does Sam Marine perform? So Sam Marine had a very nice rebound today as well, forming a confirmation for the doji yesterday. So the next resistance for Sam Marine is 158, and then followed by 161. Okay, and it must pierce above this MA resistance in order to hit back to its major resistance at 171. So what is going to be for Sembcorp Marine, right? In my mind, I have a few things to think about. So since there's no competition, no more number one, number two to chase after. So Capital Corp is the biggest REIT builder in the world. So Sam Marine is the second. So number one disappear. So now Sam Marine officially become number one. And the next thing is for Temasek to repackage it. So how to repackage, to look at the share price and make it more attractive. The next thing to be done could be share consolidation. And then after that, probably looking at some, sales as I experienced from Chartered before, Chartered went down as low as like Sam Marine is right now, and then it got repackaged by share consolidation. First, of course, Temasek injected some funds into Chartered, and then there are consolidations of shares, or there were consolidation of shares. Then after that, of course, it got sold off eventually. So could Sam Marine, follow the same? Right, these are something that we need to look out for. Then Sembcorp Industry finally, right, is rebounding from its 100-day MA as well, but the closing today is a bit disappointing. Green energy, Sembcorp Industry is one of the major player as well. So I'm pretty surprised why it has a double top breakdown. Okay, from here, when I covered this counter, it was thought to be bullish, but the continuous selling seems to be weird. So next for it to rebound, it's 220 and 50-day MA for it to retest before it can go higher. Okay, so this is what I'm going to cover today. As I mentioned, I can't cover all the counters in SGX, so any counters that you like me to talk about, you can WhatsApp me. Right, for most of my clients, you already know my numbers. Okay, so thank you for viewing this video. Appreciate the thumbs up. If you like this video, you can just like it. So you can share this with your friend if you like it as well. If you love to share to your friend. So okay, so I'll see you next week. And for the time being, enjoy the rest of the week, and good day to you.